Welcome to the Non-Insider Look Football Podcast. I'm your host, Panda, to recap on Week 15 and make predictions for Week 16 of the NFL season. Only 2 weeks left in the worst season I've ever seen of football, and honestly I can't wait until this train wreck's over. Everyone is fucking injured or sucks unless your name is Tom Brady, who somehow reversed the Madden curse onto the rest of the league, so fuck him right in his strawberry-hating mouth. Let's get down to the list of games that happened in Week 15. The Lions mauled the Bears 20-15. Truth Biscuit has a lot of developing and growing up to do, and I think with the proper guidance and training under John Fox, he can develop into an excellent 8-8 quarterback. And something interesting coming out of Detroit regarding Stafford. My insider sources are saying that Stafford, since receiving his massive contract, has been playing scared. He's reportedly afraid to reach his full potential because he doesn't want to end up like Barry Sanders or Calvin Johnson, who are one of the best at their positions. He doesn't want to be great only to retire early because the Lions suck and Detroit is as safe as being inside a burning building. Next, in a huge division matchup, the Chiefs destroyed the Chargers 30-13. Not what I expected from the red-hot Chargers, but Kareem Hunt rushed for 155 yards with 1 touchdown and another through the air. He's had 2 excellent back-to-back weeks after cooling off significantly since Week 5. The young rookie recently told insider reporters that he was looking for a sponsorship deal with Hunt's Ketchup and has been distracted. Well, seeing how he bounced back in recent weeks, I guess we can expect an announcement on that soon. Kareem Hunt's Ketchup and Mustard to match their jerseys. In a worthless division matchup, the Bills trampled the Dolphins 24-16. I actually had a few friends go to this game. Jay Cutler was chain-smoking on the bench the entire time. The backup quarterback Matt Moore is seeking second opinions on his developing lung cancer from secondhand smoke over not even a full season of playing with Jay Cutler. We here at Nope send our thoughts and prayers for Moore. Up next, the Panthers clawed the Packers 31-24. Great thing Olivia Munn's ex came back just in time to get eliminated from the playoffs. Now back onto the IR with you. The 2017 All-IR team needs you, in case Carson Wentz gets double IR'd. Wisconsin, that's what you get for interfering with our presidential election. Don't think we don't know where you sent all those cheese curds. Poutine. Ravens picked on the Browns 27-10. We here at Nope do not condone the Ravens' actions this past week. It takes a community to come together and stand against bullies, to create a welcoming environment for all teams, regardless of their talent, management, intelligence, and record. Next time you see someone being bullied, speak up, and together, let's beat the shit out of bullies. Next up, the Broncos beat the Colts 25-13. Ah yes, my beloved Broncos. We stepped onto the field in a heated contest against the Colts to prove which one of us miss Peyton more. I've been tweeting Kirk Cousins pictures of the majestic Rocky Mountains and the weed that flows through our great city like endless hipster microbreweries in hopes that he signs here in 2018. In other reports, Andrew Luck is having a fantastic time in his study abroad season in Europe, where he just uploaded a picture of him and an immigrant in Sweden onto his Facebook wall. Up next, the Jaguars destroyed the Texans 45-7. The Jaguars have been great all season long, and it takes some getting used to. It still feels weird seeing the Jags not being the conference punching bag next to the Browns. It was even stranger seeing Bortles play better than a C-team quarterback in high school. His trainers told me that he played angry this week after seeing Eli as he was moving his stuff into Coughlin's office. As Eli and Bortles walked down the hall, Eli knocked Blake's books out of his hands and called him a nerd as Coughlin yelled, "Got him!" from his desk. Next, the Vikings skinned the Bengals 34-7. How fun are the Vikings lately? Such a talented roster, both on offense and defense. Young playmakers, and explosive and dynamic play calling. Just a joy to watch. The Bengals are the exact opposite. Marvin Lewis is missing the playoffs once again, keeping his playoff record at a firm 0-7. Lewis has recently announced that the reason he continues to have no playoff success is because his wife has fully booked his schedule with vacations and in-law visits as soon as the regular season is over. When the Bengals did make playoffs, Lewis was sleeping in the doghouse and wasn't able to focus on the game plan and coaching responsibilities, so he just avoids it altogether from now on. The Saints marched in on the Jets 31-19. The Saints are winning the Super Bowl this year. They have an elite quarterback in Breeze. Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, Kamara-gram, is the best running back duo in the league. And that defense behind Lattimore finally pushed itself up to the next level. And the Jets, who everyone thought was tanking, weren't really doing a great job at it until Josh McCown decided to take it into his own hand. The Eagles soared over the Giants 34-29. No Wentz, no problem, says Napoleon Dynamite, as the Eagles do just enough to beat the 2-12 Giants in the class president election. Are Eagles only beating teams under .500 because they think they're fat? Because they aren't. They could be beating whole teams if they wanted to. But they aren't, so The Washington National Professional Football Team scored more points on the football field than the Cardinals, 20-15. It's really important for Washington's professional football team to look towards the offseason and find their new quarterback after Kurt goes to Denver thanks to a certain podcast host. And so will the Cardinals, as the exhibit of ancient relics that somehow still function closes in 2 more weeks. Fan favorites like Carson Palmer, Adrian Peterson, and Larry Fitzgerald will be available for public viewing for a limited time before moving to Cleveland or Las Vegas. Overall, good win for the Redskins. The Rams ran right over the Seahawks, 42-7. Todd Gurley ran over the Seahawks so hard Michael Bennett lied about it to the media after the game. Bennett claims that he was in church reading his favorite verse in Psalms before Todd Gurley kicked in the doors and drank all the communion wine. Russell Wilson invested heavily into water that now cures cancer, apparently. And Coach Carroll is trying to figure out why the line didn't improve after doing nothing to it in the offseason. The Steelers got fucked by the Patriots, the refs, and the officiating office, who still don't know what a fucking catch is. 24-27. James caught the ball, put his knee down, tucked it in, turned upfield, and extended the ball over the goal line, only to have the refs call it a touchdown, but then change it to an incompletion after Brady cried about it and Belichick force-choked Blandino. A recent league-sanctioned literacy test revealed that 94% of active officials were illiterate and could not define what a catch was. Also, they were blind. AB for MVP. The 49ers struck gold against the Titans 25-23. Jimmy Garoppolo looks like the real deal. Garoppolo was single-handedly destroying the 49ers' plan to secure a top 3 draft pick and making their college scouting department tear up months of research. Garoppolo is set to hit the free agency market this offseason, so the 49ers are working hard to secure him before Garoppolo even gets a chance. The Cowboys roped in the Raiders 20-17. Derek Carr stalled and his hopes were scrapped by the dumbest rule in football. Just miles away from Silicon Valley and self-driving cars, a ref on national television unveiled the latest technology in this modern era of football. The thinnest MacBook to this day, the eye index card is so thin and lightweight it can be used to determine if the ball is placed behind the first down marker. And where anything can happen on a Sunday night, especially on Monday, the Buccaneers got sunk by the Falcons 24-21. If W's are so finger-licking good, why is Winston trying not to get any? Turns out there's actually a pretty good reason and a story behind this. New teammate Deshaun Jackson admitted to Winston privately that while W's are indeed finger-licking delicious, he was allergic to the 11 herbs and spices. Winston, being a good friend, and the best teammate he could be, getting everyone's back, including Deshaun's, did the right thing, and will be avoiding them for the rest of the season. And that wraps up every insider story for Week 15. Now on to Week 16, here are my picks and predictions. The Ravens will fly over the Colts. The Vikings will pillage the Packers. Panthers will maul the Bucks. Bears will maul the Browns. Lions will maul the Bengals. KC will maul the Dolphins. New England will cheat the Bills. Saints will pray for the Falcons. Chargers will jolt the Jets. LA will remember the Titans. Washington will tame the Broncos. Jaguars will maul the 49ers. Cardinals will sing for the Giants. Seattle rains on Dallas. And Steelers won't get fucked against the Texans. And Eagles will explode all over the Raiders. And that wraps up this week's podcast. Tune in next week where I will share exclusive non-insider stories of each game that happens over the weekend. I'm Panda, and you can follow me on Twitter @TruePandaGames, and get your shit together. Come on.